Okay, let's add some doors and some windows. I'm not going to make a huge deal of this because it's pretty straightforward. If I go to, say, the street level, and I go back to my home tab, which is where all of my options are, I'm going to pick on door, save my project, and the thing to do is pick the outside of the wall. So I can come down here and I can select different doors and pick where they're going to be. But if I don't have the styles in here that I want, I click on load family. I look at it points to the folders with lots of additional content that's not in my project. If I go down to doors, I'm picking on this and then I'm using the down arrow to just move quickly through to show you what they look like. So what I can do is I can actually pick, let's see, the thing to know is that the ones that say curtain wall, these are only placed in curtain walls, not in regular walls. And the other doors like bifold, 4-panel, these can only be placed in regular walls and not in curtain walls. So I'm thinking that I want to grab some of these. I'm going to use the control key to pick some options here. And I'll even look for some single option. The choice doesn't really matter, but I can select them and bring them in. So they're now actually coming into my project, which means that now when I look, I'll just say overwrite. There must have been one that I picked that was already in here, so I just updated it. So now when I look on this drop down list, I actually have all of these other options available to me. So I'm going to look for the double glass doors, and let's say these are generally manufacturer sizes, but you can also just make your own. So I'm going to pick that and place some of these on the front of my house. Actually, let's place it on the side. I'm going to put it on the side here, and another one, this is a classroom, I'll put another one in here, and I'll just pick this and delete it. So just what I want to point out there is that in the placement, if I pick it, you see that it shows me the dimension. The thing that I want to point out is I've shown you already that you can do this kind of thing where you change the spacing, but what I haven't shown you is that if I click on this, you see I can adjust the position for the extension line. So if I wanted to be sure that that was like 5 feet from the inside wall there, I could do that. And if I want to, if I want to lock that position, because this might move in, might move out, I would turn that into a permanent dimension by clicking on that there, and then when it's a permanent dimension I would lock that. And now if that grid were to move in, you see that the wall moves in as well. I mean the door moves in as well. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So I'm picking that, turning that into a permanent dimension, clicking until that is lined with the inside face, making that 5 feet, and then just to build in that constraint, pick and click to lock the wall. So the other thing I'm going to do here is I'm just going to place some windows. So I'll do windows, I'll just do the fixed windows, and I'll just drop them in, and I'm not even going to bother lining them up. Notice that I did pick the outside. Also, when I brought them in, the windows, because this was because this was checked, it placed the tags at the same time as it placed the window. If I don't want to do that, I would just turn it off, and know that it doesn't matter whether the tags are placed or not, because I'm actually going to delete these, because the door tags can actually be placed with one command at any time that you want under the annotation and tag all. I won't show it, but it's just there's no, it's not like if you forgot to place them you have to go and do them individually. You can just do them globally for all doors, all windows. I'll show it just so you know what I'm talking about. If I pick window tags and hold the control door tags and say apply OK, so I can put them all in the view. I'm going to undo to take them out again. So I've got windows and doors that I place, and the other thing I want to show you here is if I go back to the Home tab, one of the types of wall that's available, if we look under here, is a curtain wall. And there's one kind of standard style that's delivered called the storefront. I'm going to pick that, and I'm just going to I'll drop it into my existing wall here. And what I might even do is, if I zoom in closely to this, I might go to the modify, and I could say something like align the beginning of the curtain wall to that grid line and lock it. And I'm going to do the same here, where I say I'm able to pick the very end, pick the curtain wall and lock it. I should have done that the other way around, not the way I did it. So to there, and lock it. So now if I look at it in 3D, where I'm at the moment is I've got my curtain wall, my I've got because I'd set the floor up 2 feet above the level. So what I'm going to do here is pick my curtain wall and do the same thing for it, 2 feet above, and that was, I'll set that at 2 feet. Okay, and I'll turn my building, and I'll pick that one and set that at 2 feet as well. So I can work with my building. I just want to show the same ability that I had to duplicate a floor and then give it its own settings. I think I showed it with well, actually I don't think maybe I didn't show it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the storefront, say edit type, I'll say duplicate, and I'll call this class curtain wall. This is a classroom. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the spacing to say 4 feet in both directions. I'll leave the mullion styles that I've got. I'll just click OK. So what I just did was I made my own curtain wall style to use in the face of my classroom building here. And that's a technique that you could apply to windows, to doors, to any other of the content.